Competitive in practice, extremely competitive on game day, no regrets, super fit, super hard, compete for every ball, every inch of the field matters.
First 5 minutes, put them on their heels and keep them there. Let's go. Be who it is that you are. When a player checks for the ball, Casey McCall, she needs to feel the level of athleticism and competitiveness of the player that you are.
He likes to compete, that's something he's very intense, and that's so good for us.
When a ball goes in the air, Fowler, they need to know you're the best header on the field. That's who you are.
Aggressive, again, always making us better.
When we go at them, Don, and when you're combining with Mallory and Leanne and other players that get up front with you, let them know who we are.
Tom is one of the best motivators.
Because you just have to be you. You just have to be you. And that's your challenge today. Just be who you are. That's a pretty easy challenge to live up to, wouldn't you say?
Absolutely knows how to motivate each individual.
But don't be anything less than who you are, because only the sum total of all those little pieces make us the team that we can be.
Certainly can inspire, I think, at any level, inspire a player to go out and play their best game.
And a step towards where we want to be.
He's the most inspirational, maybe, person I've ever met. You should see his pregame speeches.
We just try to remind them of the things that they're good at and get them going.
They're amazing, and it just makes you want to just run out there, run through that tunnel.
You're almost there, but not quite. So let's make today count. Let's take care of business. Just be who you are, ladies. Be the awesome team that you are. Okay? Let's go get them. Energy's the key.
It makes us a good team. His energy definitely helps us.
Haley! There's so much more you can do with that. You just blindly clipped it. Run in there, take her on.
He's a really intense coach, obviously, when he's coaching us and stuff. And, that's how he is on the field. He always wants us to be really intense and really competitive and very energetic. And I think that's exactly how he is as a person.
Keep it up, Fowler. A little softer there, Haley. Come on.
High energy, super positive when the players do well, but not afraid to be critical when something needs to get better.
Jessica! You see the serve coming, get in the goal-scoring spot.
That intensity in practice, because it rubs off on us and in games and in practice, and that's something that's helped us through and helped us get so many wins, is just his competitiveness and his leadership.
Casey, great touch forward there.
I would say committed. He's committed to the cause, and whatever that cause might be. On game day, he's leading the cause from the sideline from the standpoint of he is making sure we're getting the most out of our players.
Tiffany, great job. Leanne, if you're that wide, just keep looking down that line. You should be able to stay on side there. Tiff, good work. Hey, Tiff, don't be afraid to fake that and just go yourself.
We kind of have a philosophy here that once you've been taught it, once you've been immersed in it, once you've gone through it enough times, there's a certain level of accountability that a player has to have.
There is more backwards, sideways, negative, I'm afraid to fail soccer than I've seen all year.
Tom makes players accountable.
Because you were playing like a team that doesn't care about the result today.
We know when he's disappointed, and it's disappointment in ourselves. We feel it too.
That's unacceptable. Completely unacceptable.
It's up to everybody to be able to find it within themselves to come out and, get it done on the field.
I need everyone who's had a bad half to wipe it off and get going, because we need you to play better.
We have a rule within our team that you can have a bad practice, you can have a bad game, you can have a bad half hour where you can't even connect a pass. But during that time when you're maybe not on, there's no excuse for not defending with everything you have, tackling with everything you have, winning 50-50 balls, being a positive voice on the field, because there's no excuse for that.
We've done our part, you have not done yours, and you need to do your part here.
Everyone has a bad day, but there's never an excuse not to go out and compete.
We cannot play for you. I cannot want you to be 7-1. You have to want it for yourself.
And the best teams that I've ever coached, there's been a huge, passion, player to player, to see that player next to you succeeds, and that you're playing in such a way that you want so bad for the girl next to you to win, that you're playing for her, and she's playing for you, and it's all around the field.
Now, we're going to leave you here, and you're going to sort this out on yourself. You're going to come out in a couple minutes.
And at that point, we hold them accountable, but they hold each other accountable too. Our leadership does.
So you figure it out.
We got to do something for each other. Like, when you don't want to make a sprint for the ball, make it because your teammates running for you.
I think that he trusts a lot of the girls on the team leadership-wise. I think he realizes that we all know, when we're playing bad and we all just need to step up. Captains, juniors, even freshmen. I think we all understand when we need to rise to the occasion.
And you have to develop those leaders, and you have to encourage those leaders to step out. I think it's not always innate to everyone. Some just want to lead by example, but what they need to realize in many cases is if you've led by example, you automatically have their respect. So then when you speak, there's going to be a response.
If we don't score at least 3 goals this half, that's embarrassing.
With Casey McCall and Taylor Lytle, they've been leading by example for their 3 years here. And this was their time to lead, not only in that manner on the field, but in the locker room, speak up, say something. Because when those two talk, people listen and people follow.
I think that was one of the things in the spring that he wanted me to work on was my leadership skills and knowing when to approach the team and what to say to the team. And I definitely think in tough situations, he always looks to the captains, Casey and I, to help the team.
When Taylor speaks, who's not going to listen to her? She's come in here fairly unknown, has become, one of the best players that Texas Tech has ever had, and is doing a phenomenal job.
It's good to know that he has enough confidence in me to think that I can, help the team out and raise the team to another level. And it's good to know that my experience has definitely, I think, helped in that situation.
Sometimes the coaches have to get into the team, and sometimes the coaches will pull the captains aside and say, listen, this is on you. Go get the girls, redirected, refocused, whatever you want to call it. And so sometimes the coaches, if the leadership is good, can go to those players and say, look, you take care of this one. And so far when we've done that, they've responded really well.
We didn't have the best start to the game. We obviously would have liked to come out a lot harder in the first half, but I think we had a good pep-up talk at halftime. We came out ready to go the second half, so we got a little more opportunities. Thought it was good.
We're a very competitive staff. Obviously, we're all invested in building this program from where we found it to hopefully a nationally relevant program.
Well, obviously the coaching staff, is something that was really important to me.
We've had a few good years of recruiting, and all that's starting to pay off. And at each year, we've tried to raise the bar.
It's never enough. Each year, we want to say, okay, we did this, but let's set our goals a little bit higher. Let's set our expectations a little bit higher, not only for the players, but for the staff as well.
Aaron is really detail-oriented. He has a great eye for, the technical part of a player's game that needs tweaking or adjusting.
You just need to make sure that you find these holes.
Aaron is also very tactical on game day, real astute as to what's happening, where the team needs to go potentially in a moment we've got to make a change.
All right, and it took us a while, I think, Friday, but we finally did. But we've got to create those opportunities early and often.
We partner each other well because there's times when he's up front and I'm kind of in the back helping, maybe from a more subtle perspective. Most of the time it's reversed, though. As the head coach, I'm more out front, and he's tremendous at picking up things that I miss, filling in gaps, and I think we feed off each other in that way.
Guys, the only attacks that they've had have been balls that we've given away in this mass of humanity right here.
Yeah, Aaron is definitely the laid-back one out of the two, but I definitely think when Tom, gives us a speech and is really intense and stuff, Aaron always brings us back down to calming us down and just getting us to focus on the game.
Near side defensive mid when someone needs help. Go to or move. Your movement creates a passing lane for the other defensive mid. You're getting caught and stuck a lot.
He's very straight to the point.
The rhythm of our play is, there is no rhythm. We look like a team who can't dance.
Aaron is an excellent communicator, not just within the staff, but certainly to the players that he's coaching.
What I admire about Ashley as a coach is her ability to get into a player, her ability to lead players, her ability to be a role model for these young women that we have.
She's very energetic, positive, and that's her encouragement is really what helps the girls out on our team because she's always there, she has your back, always there to encourage you, and it's great.
Good hustle, Mallory, good hustle!
As a former player, you know, she was a standout at SMU, that, you know, brings a lot from her perspective.
I think from that standpoint, I'm able to relate to the players, I think in a different, you know, manner than maybe what a male, you know, one of our male coaches, you know, have gone through.
She's a good coach too. She knows what she's talking about.
When she took over at junior college at Richland Junior College when they started the program, she won a national championship in the first year.
Now she's married to Aaron, so you know she's willing to speak her mind to him without hesitation, and she treats me the same way.
Wow, how do you do that? How do you work with your wife? You know, a lot of people just don't understand how that is possible. You know, some people are like, I can't believe you just said that to your wife, or I can't believe you said that to your husband.
Usually they agree, so it's funny to kind of see the Aaron and Ashley kind of thing. It's funny when they get in little disagreements, but it's never been like, I don't know. I think the coaches are on the same page most of the time.
We can be honest to the point, more so, and probably be more productive because neither one of us are taking it really that personally. We're just moving on. And it's always worked really well. And it's funny because we do that when we go home. We don't really have the daily grind to talk about. We can talk about our kids or be with our kids and all that other stuff.
I think it's been a blessing and it's actually been really exciting.
It's nice that they can work together and then, you know, be a team.